Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Let's see if you guys can you guys see and hear me? Can you guys see and hear me? All right, all right, all right. Let me see if you can see and hear me. Cause I can't. Can you guys see and hear me? I can't. Can you guys see and hear me? I can see it on that thing. Sorry, I can see it on my thing, so I know you guys can see and hear me. Let me make sure I have the right lighting because I'm here. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and I got some stuff to say about being here. I am here, I am here, I am here, and I got some stuff to say about being here. Oh my goodness. So hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody. Make sure y'all got your drinks. Oh my God. It just got critical. It just got critical. It just got real. I just got some new developments. So y'all make sure y'all got your drinks. I know it's Sunday, so it's like, oh Lord, girl, we don't need none. But the way these shows been showing, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. It's now 5:01. I'm usually on time. So proud of myself. So since I am, I'm gonna wait a few minutes for a few other people and then we're gonna get this show on the roll. But while we're waiting, let me just give a life update. Let me just give a life update. So if you're here, make sure you like the video. That's first and foremost. Make sure you like the video. And then after that, we can talk about some life updates. I want to give you guys some life updates because I know many of you keep in contact with me via social media. And one of the main social media outlets that I utilize normally is Instagram. But I haven't been on Instagram in a while because I just needed a break. I need a break. So I know for most of you who that's how we correspond, it's like, well, girl, where you at? What's going on in your life? You real quiet. Are you okay over there? So let me start off by saying that yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. I am a-okay, right? Am I perfect? No. No, I'm not. But I am okay. I am okay. Like I shared in the last live, life just life in. Life just life in. People just peopling, So sometimes when you are growing through life, things happen. Things happen. And it can be a little bit hard for you, because it's always stressful when things are happening in your life back to back, back to back, back to back. But in any event, God gives his hardest battles to the strongest soldiers. So because of that, I'm not going to let life events break me. I got to move forward. But I did want to give you guys a life update because I know you're like, what do you think, Khadijah? We don't see you on Facebook. We don't see you on Instagram. And I'm a social media person. I am a social media person. I am a person when I'm on social media, I post daily, right? So if you don't see me for at least 5 days, it will cause folks to wonder because I am a person that, I get in tune with social media, right? So that's where most folks keep in contact with me. I don't know, it feels like something is in my eye. That's where most folks see me. So I wanted to check in and say, hey, I'm okay, even though you guys are not seeing me there. Like I shared in the last one, I've had some deaths, some really, really close to home deaths. And when that starts happening, it can affect you in a major way. So therefore, sometimes I tend to take a little break because those things can affect you and you just don't want to be the person showing up every minute, not yourself. Because when you don't, it starts to show up in your behaviors and other people can feel it. And it's just never a good thing, right? But I'm excited. I'm excited to be here today because I got so much stuff that I want to talk about. So first, like I said, let me just give a life update. Still schooling, still working. We did bury my stepdad last week, which was so heartbreaking. But God is good. He was put away very nicely. I'm going to miss him tremendously, but he was put away very beautifully by his children. And I think that again, he left a legacy behind so big. I just have another person in heaven that wants to look after me. That's great, right? What was even more sad was that a really, 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 really close friend of mine lost his brother. And I'm very close with their family. I've known them for more than half my life. And the loss was very familiar to me because it sounded like the way my sister transitioned. So that was like, a boulder hitting you because it's like, oh God, I'm already grieving my stepdad. And now I have to grieve the loss of a friend and then I have to try to support my friend. It just was a lot. It just was a lot. But like I said, that's just life. And the one thing that you can guarantee in life is death. Is death. So no matter how heartbroken I may be over some of those things, I gotta continue to push forward. I have to continue to push forward. So that's where I've been. I've been going to funerals and grieving people dying. But in any event, I did take some time off to kind of get my thoughts together, get my feelings together, work through some things. I was talking to my family about this. I'm actually going to get a grief counselor because lately death has been hitting me like in a way where I can kind of show up very numb and out of touch with it. And I just want to make sure that I'm growing through the experience properly, because I don't want to be telling myself I'm fine. And then one day I have a breakdown, right? That would be mortifying for me because I don't have time to be breaking down. I have things to do. So I just want to make sure that, if there are some stages of grief that I'm skipping, that I go back and retrace my steps, because again, I want to make sure I'm doing this in a healthy way. Right. And I encourage other folks to do that. If you're going through a lot in your life, a lot of traumatizing situations, you're having a lot of losses, make sure that you're able to grieve properly and for as long as you need to. Right. So again, that's what's been going on. Other than that, everything is good. My family is good. Pray for my mom. Pray for my mom, because she actually had 27 years with my dad and 16 with my stepdad. So it's hard to lose a spouse, and it's hard to lose two in this lifetime, right? So you find love, you lose that, you find love again, and then you lose that. That's crazy, right? So, keep Mama Penny in prayer, and make sure you guys send some love and some support her way, because she's going to need it. We're doing the best that we can, but more is always welcome. More is always welcome. So we would appreciate that on this end, right? So, oh my God, right? One of the things that I love to do, which I don't know if this is a hindrance for me, y'all let me know. Every time I watch videos where they say, oh, some of the things that rich people don't do that poor people do, or that if you want to be rich, you shouldn't do, is watch TV, right? I see that a lot. Like they say, oh, watching TV is a waste of time, this, that, and the third, right? Now, I think we're in an era where certain things are needed, to get where you're trying to be in this day and age. I don't know if that's kind of like an old thing. But anyway, what I will say is I'm a TV fanatic. I am a TV fanatic, all right? I am a person who watches TV. Like, some people will say, oh, I do it here and there. No, I'm a person who watches TV. I sleep with the TV on. Like, I'm a TV person. One of the reasons that I really locked into TV is because it's where I found my passion at. Because I always share with people a large percentage of my TV watching goes to like reality shows and things of that nature, and sometimes scripted shows as well. And it's just because on some of those shows, that was the first place that I witnessed other folks who need their heart healed, and it's just showing up all over the world. Sorry, y'all. Whereas, sometimes when people are going through traumatic situations, private. So the rest of the world don't know. It could be so much going on in a person's life and nobody else knows because it's private. But on TV, especially reality TV and some scripted shows, you get to see what's going on in a person's life, and the whole world is seeing it. Right. So I am constantly yelling and screaming at the TV, popping junk, pausing stuff to get my point across. And I'm talking to my boyfriend who don't have time for none of that. Or I'm talking to myself because I have so much feedback for the folks that I'm watching. And it really is my passion, because 99.9% of the feedback that I'm offering these people through the screen is things that I feel can help them. And that led me to Operation Heal 100 Hearts, which is my baby and my passion, and, the work that God designed for me to do, because I love to help people. I love to help people. I won't lie. I just learned within the last 3 years, like maybe the last 3 to 5 years, how my passion to help people can also sometimes be a hindrance for me. But in any event, it is what I'm called to do. It is what I am called to do. It is what God put me on this earth to do, is to help myself and other people. right? So when I'm watching these shows, I am fully invested. You know how some people be like, girl, well, I'm watching, but I skipped a show or two. And I mean, I don't really know the characters like that, and I can't really keep up the story. Like, no, if it's one of my shows, which I always have a list of shows, I'm fully invested. I am fully invested. Like you would be like, Khadija, I know their name, I know their background story. I didn't want to watch interviews on them. I am fully invested in the freaking show, right? So last time we was up here, I was telling y'all about my lineup of the shows that I watch, right? So right now, the hottest thing on the market for me that is driving me freaking crazy is Power. It's Power. So again, I'm not doing no recap of the whole show. I'm just gonna go through a few shows here. I'm gonna put out some feedback about the shows. I would like some feedback from y'all to be like, oh girl, you tripping. Oh, I didn't even recognize that. Oh, DJ, let me put you on because this show is nuts, right? I am there yelling, screaming, everything at the dog on TV, right? So Reek. Now, I never was a fan of Reek. I'm more of a Ghost fan. I am Ghost out. Like to this day, Ghost is still my favorite character on Power, even though he's not on the new Power. Like I will go and watch the old Power if I don't have nothing to do. My boyfriend's like, I know you want to watch Power season 2. I know you want, especially with him and Angie's falling in love. I love Power, right? I love Ghost. So I never was a Reek fan because Reek killed Ghost. Unalived him, as they have you to say on social media, right? So I've always been like, listen, you get on my nerves. You're a spoiled, unappreciative, ungrateful brat, and you just think you know everything, and you be trying to play in your parents' face. And sorry, y'all, they allow you to play in their face because they think you're not even stupid, but you're really sneaky and a piece of work. And it show in the fact that you would kill your father, and it's showing right now in Power Book 2. But anyway, Reek started to grow on me. So I was like, he ain't no ghost. But I can deal with the new Reek because really and truly, I don't have a choice. Ghost is going and I like the show. So, okay, I'm still there watching. So now I see with this, they are trying to like recreate, you know, who is who. So like case in point, Effie could give you a real Tasha tease. Lauren can give you a real Angie tease. Like it's just, you know, I see where they're going with it. Now, will I say these characters are identical to the old characters? No. Hell no, they're not identical to the old characters. But it kind of puts you in the realm of, okay, Reek could come across as Ghost. They come across as two ladies. You see where we're going with this. Braden could come across as Tommy, which is a dub. Let me put that out there. Braden is no Tommy. Braden is no Tommy by no stretch of the imagination. Braden is no Tommy because this is supposed to be some street-ish. Listen, I've never been in the streets. I've always been on the sidewalk. Some of the stuff that Braden missed, I even catch on to. Braden, are you alive? You couldn't foresee what Kiki was doing? Stupid. And see, Tommy, that would have never flew with Tommy. Because he wouldn't have been able to peep game. And another thing about Tommy is he don't got time for feelings and emotions, and he will off you. You see how he unalived Holly ass. So let me tell you something. Braden is no Tommy. But again, you see where they going with this, right? The whole Noma and the Wakanda people. I like Noma. The guy gets on my nerves. The guy kind of gives me, what is the professor that got that was writing a book on Reek and got unalived and all that person? The guy that's with Noma that keep bullying Reek and him, he kind of give me Jabari. He kind of give me the Jabari kind of look, and I don't want to see Jabari again. I was happy when they offed him off the show. So that whole Noma situation, I get why it's happening, but I don't really care about it. The introduction of the Russians, there's always some Russians. Wasn't there some Russians bothering Ghost and them? So it's always some Russians. There's always some Russians. They always aggravating the hell out them. And I guess maybe Russians is who deal a lot in drugs. I don't know. I don't deal with drugs. So I can't say. All I know is there is always some Russians around and some things going on, right? So I'm like, okay, no problem, right? The TEJADA family. Let me make this clear. I've been wanting Poppy gone. Once Poppy killed Zeke, Poppy had to go. Now, I've been arguing because, again, it's only me and my boyfriend here. So he's the only person that I have to tell his stuff to. So him and I are always on opposite sides of the spectrum, hollering and screaming. Well, I'm hollering and screaming because he don't got time for that. About why what he's saying makes absolutely no sense. So my boyfriend is trying to tell me that, oh, Poppy didn't mean to do that. Poppy was the only one loyal to the family. And Listen, Poppy, the reason why you went there, like Mary said, is because you felt like what I wasn't telling you wasn't the truth. And because you didn't trust me, you went up there and tried to do something. And what you did altered all our lives because you made a silly, stupid, horrible mistake. You killed my son. Even if he was Monet's nephew, you killed my nephew. Like, you have to go. You have to go. So the fact that Poppy is gone, I'm happy. I didn't want Poppy there. Pookie don't know what you talk about. Poppy got to go. They could have kept Poppy in jail, really, if it was up to me. But in any event, y'all gonna let him out. Off him. He off Zeke. Zeke got on my nerves. I can't say that with those stupid faces, but Zeke did not deserve to be off. So Poppy, I hope that Zeke is dunking on you in heaven and you got that stupid chain on up there with the stupid outfits you used to wear. I'm off Poppy, right? The TEJADA family as a whole, Kane, I feel sad for Kane. I feel sad for Kane because the way Monet treats him makes me sad. I feel like, and I really wish that they would edit out some of those stupid names that she calls him every scene. Like, I don't like that. Like, that's the one thing that I can give my mom credit for. Like, my mom was so, and is, even right now, so aware of the way she spoke to us. So, to have somebody, and that's why even to this day, I am a words hurt person. If you say some mean shit to me, that's like you punching me in my face. I'm a words hurt person. That's because I didn't grow up in a household where you were called stupid and dumb and shut up and like. So when I see Monet do it to Kane, I cringe because I'm like, that is your son. Why you keep, and then it's every scene. So I'm not gonna lie, because even there I could give Tasha credit. I can give Tasha credit. Tasha didn't talk to them kids like that. But that's because she knew my man Ghost would have cracked her cranium. So she don't talk to them kids like that. See, Monet have no respect for Poppy. That's why she could get him killed like that. But see, Tasha knew Ghost would split your wig, girl. So she knew she don't talk to them kids like that. And the way Monet talks to Kane, it makes me have more sympathy for Kane, even though sometimes most times he do things that get on my nerves because he hate on Tariq so much. But I just feel sad for him. I feel sad for him because the way she speaks to him makes me sad. And Woody is a really good actor. That's the actor who played Kane. Because every time she says those, like she called him stupid and dumb and, tell him what he can't do, you could physically see on his face how he shrinks. Even if he have a rebuttal for her, he just shrinks whenever she does it. And a part of me is just like, if I was standing there, I would just be like, you're not stupid. You're not dumb. Like, I would want to save him in that moment because, again, like I told y'all at the beginning of this live, my life's mission and goal and what God put me on this earth to do is to help people. So I always want to help him in that moment because it makes me sad for him. So anyway, I don't hate King. I personally feel like Effie should have been sucking at it. That's what I feel like. Girl, you two, Rick is sneaky and manipulative and a piece of work because he killed his father. But the core of Rick is he's a good kid. He is a good kid. He has his sneaky, manipulative ghost ways, but the core of him is a good person. The core of Effie is not a good person. And that is why Reek relates so much to Lauren because he feels like Lauren is a good person. So I feel like because Effie is not a good person and neither is Kane, they need to go be a couple and Reek and Lauren need to be a couple. Now, I've been getting cursed for filth because I've been getting told nobody don't need to be a couple with nobody that's in the streets and somebody that's working with the feds. Yeah, I hear all that. Angie and Ghost was a couple, and right now they kissing up in heaven. So y'all go to hell with that. So anyway, I'm in favor of Lauren and Reek and Effie and Kane. But you know what I always notice, and that's even including my relationships, opposites attract. So people don't want people who are exactly like them. So that's understandable that Effie will want to be away from Kane and more attracted to Tariq because she sees the good in him, which could bring out the good in her. Because that's a lot of what I noticed too. You got to be careful who you link up. If you link up with an evil person, sometimes they could bring evil out in you. And if you link up with a good person, sometimes they can bring good out in you. And I feel like Effie does want to be good, but I just feel like at the core of her, she's not. So I hope they clip her. So anyway, yes. So the Tejada family, no. Let me let y'all know something. All right. So now we got my girl Diana. Nobody better not bother Diana. In the end, I feel like Diana is who should be with Reek. Diana is who should be with Reek. Celine. Mm-mm. 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 No, I didn't see it for Celine. I would never see it for Celine. I knew from the gate when Diana started talking to him. Celine, move. And to find out you come from that background really had me like, Celine. Anywho, next. So Diana, what I like about Diana is that she's not a bad person, but she do have a ruthless side. Because listen, I was raised by ruthless people. But at her core, she tries to do the right thing, you know? And I think that if she got with Reek and he was trying to do the right thing, they could do the right thing together, right? So because even with the drugs, she's like, come on, Poppy, I don't want to do this no more. I want to be done with this. So I feel like Diana and Reek could be together and Diana could be right. But free Diana. Free Diana. Like, come on. They're going to come in there and lock my homegirl up. And y'all know Diana Ben was my homegirl, but she had it up at that table. Diana said, listen, Zeke, that's your fucking mother. Like, I love Diana. So y'all leave Diana alone. Diana is Queen Bee here for now. For me, don't pick with Diana. I want them to free Diana. And I think that Reek is going to find a way to get Diana freed. All right. So, you know, let Diana be free because I don't want Diana in jail. I like Diana. And I like Diana told Mary, I like that she showed her strength. Listen, I was raised by you. I know how to fix this. I don't need you to come rescue me, Ma. I got this. And she went and dug up the dirt and she did it smooth. You know, it wasn't in a way that, she did it real smooth. She got what she needed. She used it as leverage. Celine. And then the nerve of him, like, I just poured out my heart on stage for you. That doesn't stand for nothing. Bro, you was talking about my family. No, it don't stand for nothing. You lucky I get my brother to stomp the soul out your ass. So, Salim, I hope Kane catch on to what you was going to Diana and kill you. And unalive you. Sorry, you too. And I'm just done. But free Diana. We're going on a free Diana campaign. But wait a minute. Let me tell y'all about the late breaking news I got. So I'm sending out the notification for this live, like, hey, I'm gonna be on live. Tune again. Check me out. You know, you guys always texting me to have these type of conversations. Tune in because now we're gonna have them on live. Tune in. So when I hit up my book club to say, hey, tune in, one of my book club ladies, High Star, says to me, well, I think blase, blase, blah, because you know, Pa's son. Wait. Whose son? I totally discarded the fact that that was Pa's son. Oh my God. I don't want, listen, Angie is my home girl. I'm going to be team Angie to the death of me. But Angie is in heaven living her best life for ghosts. I don't want no remnants of Angie returning. But let me tell you something. I'm a nut. This is what I think about. Lisa Marie. Remember Proctor's daughter? Bring Lisa Marie back. If y'all gonna bring Pa's son back, bring Lisa Marie back. Let's see what she got going on. Let's see what she doing. Let's see what she about. Where Lisa Marie? Since we bringing people back. You know, so yes, I'm looking at Pa's son who found out about the scheme, and I'm like, Pa's son, mind your business and move. Because Ghost probably pay half the tuition as well. So move on, Gwen. Right? So another part too is Braden. I know that y'all want to piece together that Braden and Tommy. Braden is supposed to be Tommy, but like I said earlier, that's a hell no. No, he's not. That's one. Two on the list is that Braden. I know you not running down on nobody about doing nothing illegal. Braden, isn't that the pots calling the crock pots? Isn't that the pot calling the air fryer? Like, Braden, the uncle was like, nigga, police. And that's how I was looking, police. And then you so stupid. You think Kiki would really be interested in you? No, I know you the next Weston up. I ready to screw the uncle. I know you the next Weston up. So of course I'm gonna start dealing with you and acting like we can be a team and all that and that shit. Yeah. I just want to cut out the piece of this pie. Kiki gonna be a piece of work. Kiki is gonna be a piece of work when it's all said and done. I can foresee that, right? So I was looking at Brady like, don't play with the uncle. The uncle played on. Do you guys watch A Million Little Things? Oh my god, A Million Little Things had me screaming the other night, boo-hooing, because they are literally having the best character on the freaking show die. And that breaks my motherfucking soul because it brings me back to when he killed uh McDreamy, and everybody know I'm still not over that death. I'm still not over Angie and Ghost death, and I'm still not over McDreamy death. And I do not want my favorite character of A Million Little Things to die because I loved him and he was the best character on the freaking show. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, the guy that plays Braden Uncle played in A Million Little Things. That's where I know his face from. Anyway, he white, he ruthless. He right, he ain't no Paul Walker. But I hear you. Do your thing, bro. So he basically told Braden, go sit down before I sit you down. Right? And Kiki was like, yeah, it would be in your best interest to sit down, but if you decide to stand up, can I sit on it? Like, so it just okay. So I'm a little nervous. I saw a lot of running and stuff, so I saw that it looks like they might try to put. Oh wait. Now wait. No wait. Y'all know about the reggae songs, but wait. What the hell is wrong with the smoked out red man? I Davis, I'm a little confused about I don't know what you got going on because you let Sax in too much when you know you only got him with you because you wanted to use him for something. He's not really your people. So you left too much exposed for Sax to see. So maybe they should unalive meth. Maybe they should unalive meth. Meth, you're not taking off your suit jacket, so we're not seeing your work in our body. You're not in court handling no cases. I'm not even seeing you go to court for other cases aside from the whole TEJADA Reek situation. They showing you showing up in court for something else that's going on in your career. Your haircut is stupid and dumb. And then you also keep leaving Sax. Sax has crow's feet. Sax gets on my nerves. But can you believe Sax aside from Reek, is the only cast member from season literally one? Wow, that's what's up, Sax. That's what's up. But still, I want you going. You are letting Jim Carrey, long chin face Jenny play in your motherfucking face because you are pussy whipped. So you allowing her, and then you trying to act like you got a backbone. She know you ain't got no goddamn backbone. Because every time you try to build it up, she break it down. So Sax, please, you're gonna fall and she's gonna run you right in with that Rico, and y'all all gonna go down. And if that happens, Method Man, I'm going to come to Staten Island. If that happens, Meth, I'm going to come to Staten Island because there's going to be a lot of your fault because you left a lot of stuff exposed because you had a lot something. What else did you have going on? Are you in? What are you? What are you doing? Are you Meth? I don't see what is going on. So I think Meth. Unalive Meth. Kane, maybe you can take care of that for me. You usually unalive people, so okay. The guy Kai and his friend. Drew. Because Mom, I think we can be something. Could y'all? Drew, Drew. Wherever the thought in you is, I need you to go find that person. Because this every minute getting with people and thinking it's more than what it is and wanting to fall in love and rubbing noses and cuddling. Drew, it's not what you think it is. He killed your dad. He can't possibly be in love with you. But I did like my Spanish son was holding it on, Monet. Listen. You ain't gonna be telling me what to do. This how this gonna go, and you gonna ride that wave. Yeah, Poppy. That was a new Poppy. But they took him out, so that ain't the new Poppy. God bless him. I think that Drew really did avenge his dad's death, and I'm proud of him for that. I'm very, very proud of him for that because that needed to be done, right? Out that whole Kai thing with the guy from Fresh, I just have a soft spot for him because Fresh is a movie that two of my childhood friends played in. I never actually watched the whole movie. I only watched the part that my childhood friends was in. Don't judge me. So I always have like a soft spot for that character, even though. Another thing I have to say, 50. I don't want to say this is a hate on you because you might just only connect with ugly people, but you got to get a little bit more eye candy on the show. Because currently only Method Man and Lorenz Tate is eye candy to me because Reek will always look like a little kid to me. Braden is a corny white boy. I want to discuss Tate. I got to take a sip for this. I'm not gonna take a sip for this. In this segment, I want you guys to send this to Lorenz Tate because I'm really in support of him, and I want to address it. Like when you are in a scripted television show, which you get an Emmy, right? You get an Emmy. I want whatever the highest award is for folks in the scripted, but I don't even want to say that because he has also been in movies. But I really want to take this moment out to really, really shine a light on Lorenz Tate. Seriously, this is not even funny because Lorenz Tate is really, really a good actor. Like, not even joking. He is a really good actor. He has such a wide range. Because even me and my boyfriend was talking, and I was like, if you look at it, look at Lorenz Tate as Frankie Lyman, and then look at him as O-Dog. Even look at him from, like, he just has such a wide range within his acting. Like, he is not limited to anything. He can play a scary guy. He can play a gangster. He can play a cornball. He can play the lit man. Like, he just has a wide range, and every character he plays is really believable. Like, Tate is so much the shady politician that's how you really view him. Like, as soon as he comes to screen, you be like, this nigga Tate on some bullshit. Tate is on some bullshit. I never forget he told Ghost, nigga, what? Tate, Lorenz Tate. Lorenz Tate is due for like the highest honor that you can get for a actor. Seriously, a black male actor, because this man has such a wide range. He has such versatility, and I think he's really underrated. I think he's really underrated because if you are a person that's saying Why Do Fools Fall in Love, and then you went and watched Menace to Society, if he didn't physically look exactly the same in his face, you wouldn't even believe that's the same person. Because he plays such different characters in both those movies. And I do not feel like my boy Lorenz gets enough acknowledgement. You know, I think he's a pillar of the black community. He don't have a whole bunch of scandals surrounding his name. Like, Lorenz, I bangs with you, Lorenz. I beg you are my like uncle, my young uncle though. You ain't my elder uncle. You my uncle that you might take a drink with me every now and again. But you're my uncle, Lorenz, and I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. As a black woman watching you on TV and movies, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work because you are touching and moving and inspiring other people. Because to watch you play Tate on Power, you are so shady and manipulative and sneaky. The character is so believable. So believable. But he was also believable as O-Dog. You was believable as Frankie Lyman. Like, oh, my favorite is when you choke Juanita and Dead Presidents. Lorenz, they should have bought your Oscar and right there on that scene. They should have bought your Oscar and right there on that scene. Because the way you choke Juanita, said, I kill you, girl. The way you transformed on Juanita, like Juanita was pregnant. Why? But see, that's what needed to happen. You needed to transform in that scene. So Lorenz say, I want to give you your flowers. I think I'm gonna write Uncle Nori and tell him to have you on Drink Champ so he could give you your flowers because you deserve it. You deserve it because watching you play Frankie Lyman, Old Dog, and Dead Presidents, like you know how to really, really, really put out your versatility to show like I'm just not an actor in one area. I can switch it up, I can flip it up. Because even Love Jones, when you was Darius McCray and you was, trying to be the left and you're right. And the poems and listen, Lorenz, I got your back. Somebody better screen record this and send it to Lorenz Tate, and I'm gonna put out a petition. I got my son back. I got my son back because my son is a really good actor. Like I said, it's not a whole bunch of scandals surrounding his name. He do what he got to do at work, and he cares behind home. And then the brothers, he helped the brothers out. So I think that Lorenz, you are underrated, but we're gonna get you top tier. Don't worry. Before you go, you're gonna get your flowers. I got your back. All right. Okay. So that's enough about power. That's enough. I ain't got nothing for Mary. Monet, that's enough about power. So let's move on. Let me see what else I said I was going to talk to y'all about, right? Let's move on. Let's stay in the realm of TV shows. So let's go over to Bel Air, right? I ain't got much for Bel Air. These conversations are very, 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 I have to emphasize, very sensitive for me. Because a lot of times people do not want to hear about their shit, right? Hence the fact that I do the work that I do. Me starting Operation Heal 100 Hearts, I started assisting other people July 1st, 2014. I was working on my own healing from 2012. So before I reached out and said anything to anyone else about what they need to do with their life, I worked on my own life. The work is a continuous effort every single day. So from 2012 to right now, 2023, I am not healed. I'm still working. I am still a work in progress, believe it or not, right? So when you watch these shows and sometimes it's folks on the shows who don't want to take responsibility for their part in situations, it makes it hard to give feedback about those shows because then it's like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, no, I think I kind of do. I think you just don't want to admit your shit. So you want to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. And what I feel in Bel Air is I want to address all the characters on the show. I'll address the latest thing, which is Carlton and the drug addiction, right? First of all, on Viv, come up out of YAMACRAW way. Come up out of YAMACRAW way. Come up out of Uncle Phil way. Because Uncle Phil gonna get it done. Uncle Phil gonna get it done. I was a little confused because these 2 seasons of the show, which I didn't notice was a season finale. Maybe I missed that. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, shit is going on. But what they didn't show was how Carlton's point could be driven home. And I'm going to tell y'all what that means. Hold on one second. Let me pull my chair up. I'm going to tell y'all what that means, right? Basically, and you guys let me know if you got this from the episode as well. I felt like when Carlton had the breakdown, he was not putting the onus of his drug addiction on Uncle Phil, aka YAMACRAW, aka my boy, but kind of not my boy, but I'm gonna get on that. I felt like he was putting the onus on Uncle Phil by saying things like, I just don't measure up to the type of son. I just don't measure up to the type of son you want, or basically trying to make it seem like YAMACRAW, aka Uncle Phil, kind of look down on him, right? And I feel like the producers or the directors or the creators or Will Smith, I don't know, whoever is in charge of the show, Peacock, I don't know, they didn't drive that point home during the seasons of this show. Because watching the 2 seasons, I never felt like Uncle Phil felt ashamed, embarrassed, or even away about having Carlton as a son. I didn't feel that. So when he was trying to drive that point home, or my automatic response was, shut the fuck up, Carlton. You all fucking spoil, you crackhead. You just trying to blame on somebody. Like that was my automatic reaction. Because I'm like, what you're saying, they didn't let that play out on the show. Because it would have been different, right? If I would have saw Uncle Phil like gravitating towards Will and saying like you're the son I never had, and things like that would have more so made me feel like Carlton's point made sense, and hence the reason that he's getting high, you know. So when I didn't see any of those things, I felt like Uncle Phil really had Carlton's back. He really supported him. He knew the type of son he had. He was trying to help him. He showed him he loved him. I was like, why, Carlton, is that an excuse because you want to be a junkie? Like, what are you talking about? Right? But then the other part of me, because I'm not a dummy and I can assess all parts of parts of the situation, I also looked at the fact that although you didn't say it, Uncle Phil, certain things were done that could probably lead Carlton in that direction, because even like he said, like, look where we live, you know, look who we're around, look where you raised us, look at all of these things that I would view as an opportunity, because I don't have them, maybe, or I didn't have them growing up. Maybe Carlton viewed as a hindrance because it forced me to have to try to measure up to this shit. Like, case in point, you got us going to school with all these white people. Like, you set a bar so high for us that it's a hindrance for me because I feel like it's too much for me. But the other part of that irked me about trying to act like that was Uncle Phil's fault, which I felt this way with Aunt Viv. That's why I was on YAMACRAW's side, is that don't make me out the villain, because I'm trying to create the best opportunities for everybody in this motherfucker. Right? Y'all trying to act like, oh, it's too much, I'm placing too much on y'all. Really? Am I? Or am I trying to give you guys a lifestyle that will benefit you for years to freaking come? Because I want the best for you. So when they was trying to drive the point home about, you know, him basically like, you know, setting the bar too high, I wasn't looking at it like that. But I also did factor in, of course I wouldn't be, because I didn't live a rich person's lifestyle. So I didn't have to grow up in a rich neighborhood around other rich people that would try to make me feel inferior because of the color of my skin. You know, so I was factoring all of that, but I wasn't driving that point home because, like I said, Carlton, when you put your things on Ashley because you're okay, that drove me up the water. Okay? Okay? Do better. Do better. Okay? You want to be white boys and then acting this way. Please. Okay? You got on my nerves with that, Carlton. Please. But I did. The other part of me did understand that, you know, he has an addiction. He has an addiction, and he also suffered from mental health stuff that, being a person that doesn't, I would never understand what he's growing through. And that's what I always call it. I never say going through, I always say growing through, if you guys didn't know this. I would never understand what Carlton is growing through. So it's easy for me to say, get your shit to I can say that as a person not battling mental health issues. I'm not in issues. So Bel Air was really, really touching for me. The other part of Bel Air that really, really touched me was that, you know, drugs. I am, and you guys, this is an exclusive, so you're going to hear it here first. I am definitely going to take Operation Heal 100 Hearts in the direction of, you know, healing the community of the folks that are addicted to drugs, because drug addiction hits very home for me. Very close to home for me. Excuse me. Drug addiction hits very close to me. I won't go into detail because it's not my story to tell, but I will say that drug addiction hits very close to home for me. And I realize that whenever I'm watching a show or hearing a story or any of the sort about folks that are addicted to drugs, I take it hits me differently emotionally than like anything else. So like, say case in point, if I have a death surrounding, if a death happens around me and it's like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so is sick or so-and-so got shot, I'm more in tune to be kind of checked out, because I feel like a lot of people have that around me. So it's almost like, oh my God, okay, another one, may God rest their soul. Let me do something nice for them and let me, you know, pay my respects and send my prayers up, and I get on with it. But whenever somebody has conversation with me about a person, you know, succumbing to their drug addiction, it always gives me a sadness and a depression that breaks me down. You know, that breaks me down. My stepdad passed April 7th, and that whole next week for spring break I had off. My stepdad having 6 sick bad since December. So when he finally succumbed to his illness, a part of me was heartbroken and a part of me was relieved because I did not want him suffering anymore. So I was able to take his death on the chin and proceed. But another close to home death happened last Friday, and according to some folks, this is not fact in law. It was just something I heard. It could have been related to drugs, and it sent me into a deep depression this whole week because it's so close to home hearing it. So, like I said, maybe in the future I'll go into depth and detail about what my familiarity and relevance to drugs means and why it's such a central focus for me, but it just hits different. So we're seeing Carlton and his breakdown. I felt good and bad. I felt sad and bad because like, oh my God, it kind of took you to a place. But I also felt good that with his life there's hope. And Carlton is still alive and his family could get him help. And they definitely have resources. So that's where I was at with that, right? I didn't really break down too much, but it also let me know like it can go on anywhere with anybody. It's not just in the hood. It's not just with rich people. It has a wide range of who it affects. And once the monkey is on your back, a lot of folks succumb to that monkey. It's very little that get them off. Praise God. Just praise God for strong people around me who have been able to survive. And God rest the souls to the folks that have succumbed to it. Right? So okay, I don't want to get too sad on this live, right? All right. Next thing I want to talk about was they said that they was burning Jada's red table. So Red Table Talks was, I think, like filmed and stuff through Facebook Live or something like that. But their partnership has dissolved. So the Red Table is over. I think I heard that Jada is going to be looking for another place to host the Red Table Talks. But Jada, let me say this. I, by no stretch of the imagination, has watched every episode of Red Table Talks, right? So for me, I probably have not even seen 5 episodes. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't. But when I hear other folks talk about the Red Table Talks, and when they talk about the things that have been discussed on Red Table, Jada, I don't know. Because what I feel like is when I watch certain shows, you gave me the impression that I put this together because I want to help myself and others. But from what I see, Jada, the Red Table, and again, let me be fair. Maybe it has helped you. Maybe it was therapy for you, but I think you should grow through that therapeutic process privately. I do not think that you should come back with Red Tables Talks and try to go through the therapy publicly. And I also don't think you should try to mentor other folks and try to help them get through their therapeutic process because Jada, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. It didn't go well. It definitely exposed negative things about your family, your marriage, your children, your relationships and yourself. And Jada, I still love you. I still love you. I don't care what you said on the Red Table Talk or did or what has transpired. I still love you. I'm a fan of yours. But I will say, as a fan, I think you should probably maybe go back to acting. I don't think you should continue trying to work with other people in the healing process, Jada, because the Red Table, in my opinion, if it was therapeutic for you, God bless you. But I think that on the back end, you suffered tremendously. I think your family suffered. I think your relationships suffered. I think your marriage suffered. So, Jada, I don't think it's wise for you to go back to the Red Table. I think you should burn the Red Table. I think you should get into some more acting classes to kind of, spruce yourself up because you haven't done anything in a while. And I think you need to get back out there because you are a beautiful actress, which a good actress too, which is why I'm still a fan of yours. Even didn't you have a band at one point? Didn't you have a rock band or something? Maybe go back to that and like can you do like Woodstock? Does Woodstock still exist? Do some festivals? Can you and what is his daughter? Willow? Can y'all tour together? Like go that route, Jada, because the whole red table therapy for you publicly for the world to see and trying to heal up that I didn't like that for you. I hated that for you, Jada. I hated that for you. So JJ, no, JJ. No, JJ. JJ, no. But I tell you what, JJ, I tell you what, because I never, ever, ever, ever approach a problem without a solution, JJ. So this is what we could do, JJ. You book your Operation Hill 100 Hearts, book a package. Book a package. Don't book like 3 sessions. Book like 10 sessions. And I want to sit down and go over with you some of that therapy that you claim you were receiving during Red Table Talks. And let's just kind of comb through all of your stuff so you can be a better actress and band member and whatever else you may be talented at, right? But JJ, don't bring that red table back. Don't bring it to nowhere else, JJ. JJ, we don't like the red table. Red signifies danger. The red table was dangerous. So let it go, JJ, okay? But I love you. I'm still a fan of you, Jada Pinkett, and I think a lot of hoes was hating on you because you got that nigga and that nigga don't play about you. Let me say that, JJ. Let me give you a props. Let me give you a prop. This is why I banged with you too. A lot of hoes was mad. And I want to tell you, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm sorry to say it, but it must be said. Aunt Viv, okay. So I mean Aunt Vivica, but I'm going to call her Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv, I'm sorry, Aunt Vivica. I think you are a beautiful Black woman, but I think that the lonely, bitter, sorry to use the B word, but I have to, side of you leaked out and it spilled all over Jada, and that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. I know, Aunt Viv, that you may not have a man that values you and that supports you through thick and thin and that decided to marry you and treat you with respect and love, but Jada does. Jada does. And if her man want to knock a Negro top off because they played in her face, that should go on. That's what goes on in relationships. That's what goes on. Now, I know, Aunt Viv, you know, you've been through some things, so you don't really know what that looked like. But Jada, job well done, sis. Job well done. Job well done. Job well done. Job well done. You picked the right one and he did the right thing. Job well done. So yeah, Jada, they was hating on you, but don't worry about that. That's how it go. That's how it go. I got a good man. I know how it go. You get a good man, you get hated on. Sorry, that's just, you play on the front end or the back end. You paying on the back end, right? Don't worry about it though. Don't worry about it. You heard what Fab said. Hate hoes ain't happy and happy hoes ain't hating. So listen, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But Jada, don't bring that table back out. It got canceled for a reason. That was all by God's design. Let that go, sis. All right? So let's get on to the next thing, right? Baddies West and Bad Boys Texas. Y'all know my feelings about these hoes. Like, again, I was a fan of. Okay. I'll reserve all my commentary for Baddies West for the reunion. I didn't see that yet, so I'm leave that alone. Bad Boys Texas. Okay, right? Jonathan, I want to say something, John, all right? You hear me, John? You listening, right, Jonathan? Because I like you. I think that you're a cool person. Only reason why I don't know if I think you cool, because you make me feel like there may be some trauma surrounding, there may be some trauma surrounding camaraderie. So I feel like the moment that you feel like somebody has done something to you, regardless of the relationship that they share, you turn into a big beast. And that's the part I don't like. Like, it's one thing to say, oh, you had ongoing issues with a person and it led up to a fight or something like that. But then it's another thing to say, we are friends. As soon as you did one thing, I molly-whopped you, dragged you, pulled every dread out, stripped you naked, stabbed you, cut you, and went to jail for you. Like, that's too much for me, Jonathan. So I do in one breath want to say I think you cool, but the other breath is like, I feel like if I was around you, I would have to constantly watch what I say. And if I do say something inappropriately, I would have to be prepared to get pounced on. And me personally, I do not want a big old gorilla pouncing on fucking me. Okay. I do not like that. So, Jonathan, although I don't think you're a bad person, I think you really need Operation Heal 100 Hearts. Shameless plug, but most of these folks do. That's why I watch these shows, to provide my counseling services and, hope that they come to me. But I think if we work through the trauma that you've been through surrounding people and betrayal and what you look like as what you look at as disrespect, then you wouldn't be so violent. And that violence is not cool, right? So okay, that's you. Dave brought Carry On Franklin back, Kirk Franklin's son. Carry On. I think you're entertaining. I like that you could go either way. Like you could be in love with the women, but you could also like swinging away at the guys. I like your fluidity. So I'm here for Carry On being back. I'm here for Carry On being back. I'm also here for Carry On being back because Carry On has some issues with the law. And y'all not going to keep blocking that part out. I want to hear the issues. Carry On, did you kill that lady? If you didn't kill, why were you driving her car? She was there. Like, what was going on, Carry On? And you keep being in situations like this. So that's leading me to believe that somewhere you're in an entanglement. And I want to hear the deets to that, right? And we didn't get much deets from Carry On last time because it just wasn't clear what was going on with him at that time. And I think he feels more confident, too, that the show is in Texas and he's from Texas. So I'm here for Carry On being there. Raz B. This is what I'm going to say I don't like, right? Raz B. We're clear if you're closing the chapter on, what is his name? Chris something, right? Chris Stokes. We're clear if you're closing the chapter on Chris Stokes. We want you to close that chapter. What we're not going to accept is every time something happened, bringing up that trauma and then acting like we can't talk about it because you're closing the chapter on it. Raz B, okay? Don't aggravate me. It's either we're not going to hear anything about that trauma because you're closing that chapter, or you can't fully close that chapter and you're going to go into full disclosure about who was dingling and who was dabbling. But what you're not going to keep doing is every time something happened related back to that trauma and then say, oh, we can't talk about that because I'm closing that chapter. No, you're not. No, you're not, Raspy, because it's showing up right here in your behaviors. But in any event, if you don't want to give no full disclosure, come to Operation Heal 100 Hearts. I can help you clear up some of that trauma. I promise you. I can do this, right? All right. So that was Raspy. What's the person there? The one. Oh God, let me see the cast. Hold on. I gotta Google. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm ratchet, but I have to Google to see who's there so I can give my Oh, I know that Love and Hip Hop. What's his name? Love and Hip Hop Miami. He was friends with Bobby Light. Prince. Love and Hip Hop Love and Hip Hop Prince is there. Again, I guess. What I will say is I do feel like a lot of times he can blur the lines. So it can make a bisexual or homosexual male feel like you're attracted to them because Prince, you did a lot of things on Love and Hip Hop Miami that blurred the lines, and you kept trying to say, "Oh no, I'm just Bobby's friend." Okay, but if somebody assumed that you wasn't, that's not far fetched. So stop acting like when you get into situations and you say and do certain things, everybody is just making it seem like you're gay. No, Prince, you were doing certain things that would make folks believe that, and that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to go into full disclosure about your sexuality, but stop acting like when people have second thoughts about what you're saying, it's far-fetched. So I was like, okay, Prince, I'm fake here for you. I'm not 100% here for you, but that's okay. Orlando Brown, I'm not discussing the pickup from the prison. I'm not discussing the ankle bracelet. I think I am excited that I thought, and I'm happy about this, I thought that Orlando Brown was going to be the problem, but what I see is Orlando Brown is going to be the comedic relief. I like that. I love that for Orlando Brown. I love that for Orlando Brown. I want Orlando Brown to be the comedic relief. So yes, that works for me. I want him to do the ad-libs. I want him to do the crazy stuff in his confessional. I'm here for that. So stick with that, Orlando. That works for you. Because when you start saying stuff like Bow Wow, Gaga Coochie, and like, I don't, Orlando. So stay the comedic relief within the group. I like that, right? Who else is on there? Prince. Mo City. Let me look. hold on, because I ain't even gonna play in y'all face. So let me get everybody so it'll be nothing and we could get it together, right? All right, so Relly B. I am a huge fan of Relly B. I am a huge fan of Where the Money Resides, Where the Money Resides. I know my boy got a part on P Valley. I'm a huge fan of Relly B. I'm gonna explain to you guys why. Last season, what I saw was initially when Relly B walked in, number one, he was stoned to the bone. Right? Relly B was drunk. So a lot of his antics was, I'm just walking in trying to prove my spot, and I got drunk to do that, so I'm fighting everybody. But once Relly B stopped being an active fighter on the show, he was very sensible. And you could tell that Relly B come from a good background. He was raised by good people. So a lot of stuff for him is like he's very fair and he's gonna try to like fix things. And I like that about Relly B. I really, really do. But what they have to keep in mind is although Relly B is that type, he also can turn up. So if need be, he can and will fight. He's not afraid, right? What I saw with this was he showed us that he had an ankle monitor, and he said he couldn't go into detail about what happened because the case is still ongoing. So what I do feel is that Relly B might have turned up, and because of this case, he's trying to really be subdued. Which that's what made me feel like these new people, they was trying to play in his face, and everybody was trying to say he was scared. I don't think Relly B was scared. I think he was trying to be on some. Listen, I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to chill. That's what most people do until they can't. So I think once they got to until I can't, Relly B showed his true colors, which I knew that was coming, right? So okay, I'm happy Relly is back. I talk about Career Anthony and Censor. I felt sad for Anthony. I felt sad for Anthony because I think the reality of it is I think Anthony is scared of Jonathan, but I think Anthony is refusing to show full out that he's afraid, so he's trying to stand his ground. And I felt Jonathan bullied him. And I hated that for Anthony because I like Anthony. I think he's a pretty boy. I think he likes to get fly. I think he likes to get money. And I think this fight is not his life. And Jonathan, you are a big gorilla. So you diving on him is mortifying for him because this is not his life. So I felt sad for Anthony, but I respected Anthony because Anthony didn't fall, Anthony didn't run. He said, listen, I'm here and it's going to be what it's going to be. Right. So I respected that. I don't know if I'm happy to see Anthony back, but I respected what he did in those moments. Right. Big Lou, is that his name? Big Lou. That's the ex of Big Lou. I think that's the ex of. He said he's the ex of Saucy Santana. I don't really know how that will work out because they kind of give me the same stature kind of. I just wasn't here for Big Lou because the whole I been had beef with Anthony. He been was antagonizing me and yada 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 yada. I totally agree with you wanting to get your lick back for whatever he was doing to you. I just felt like somebody was already in the space of getting their lick back. So you should let them have their moment, and then eventually at some point you have yours. Right. But to try to get your lick back at the same time as somebody else, that gave me vibes because I feel like even if you did want to get your lick back, you didn't give that person an opportunity to be prepared and do what they needed to do for you getting your lick back because you knew that they would be distracted with the other gorilla that's climbing on them. So that was corny and whack. I didn't like that. So move along, Big Lou. If that's your name, no, not Big Lou. I'm sorry. The name is D. Chef D. I'm talking about Chef D, not Big Lou. I'm talking about Chef D. I'm sorry. I don't even remember who Big Lou was. Mo City. They said some pictures or something came out of Mo City. I don't know. I'm not clear. He is handsome in Spanish. My boyfriend thought he was Danny Lay's brother. I mean, I guess. But I mean, Mo City, he was there. God bless him. We'll see what the future holds. And Big Lou, do I remember you, Big Lou? That's what I'm trying to see. Like, yeah, because Big Lou, I think you the one that played yourself with Relly B. I think you the one that played yourself with Relly B. You got on my nerves and you needed to move out the way. But I'm going to tell y'all who I'm afraid of, and that's Ara. It says here, that's the name Ara. I am petrified of Ara. So whatever Ara does, I will let slide because I think Ara is with all the killers in the $100 bills. Right? So we're going to just have to deal with whatever Ara does, right? So let us pray. So that was Bad Boys Texas. I'm tuned in. I'm going to watch tonight. I don't know when the reunion for Baddies West comes on, but I want to check that out as well. And we'll see what it's hitting for. Okay. Some shows that is returning is Couples Retreat. I don't know if you guys watch Couples Retreat. So I watch Couples Retreat. I watch all shows about couples. I'm in a relationship. So it would behoove me to watch shows about couples. So I watch all shows about couples, and I also a lot of times watch them with my boyfriend because we get to kind of bounce things off of each other from seeing what other couples are growing through. So sometimes, most times, we watch shows of people who are married or people who have long-term relationships, people who have children together, people who just got together. We watch all types of couple shows because, again, granted, you want to know like what other folks are doing, what's working for other folks, what we see might not work for us, whatever. So Couples Retreat is coming back, and this is the cast, right? They said it's Young Jock and his attorney wife, Kendra, Fallon Pena. So I don't know if you guys know, everybody not know who Fallon Pena is. Fallon Pena is the ex of Simon Guobadia. Simon Guobadia is Portia from Housewives. It was the whole scandal about Portia stole somebody, a husband that was on the show. That was Fallon. So she's up there with her ex-fiance because that's who she got with after Simon, and his name was Jayla Banks. Apollo, which is Phaedra old boo, and we're going to talk about Phaedra because Phaedra is joining the Married to Medicine cast. So Apollo is going to be up there with his fiance Sherian, and also Fat Boy SSE and his wife Tiana. I don't know those people. I don't know Fat Boy SSE, and I don't know Tiana. So I'm excited to get to know some new people, but that's coming back. That's coming back. Couples Retreat is coming back. I want you guys to watch because I want you guys to lend some feedback to what's going on, like what happened, what's going on, and I also like to have relationship conversations with other folks that are in relationships because sometimes when you have conversations with folks that are single, it might lead you to be single. So FYI, PSA, Couples Retreat is coming back, VH1. You guys tune in, right? Also, Married to Medicine is coming back. To piggyback off of that is with Phaedra. Phaedra is joining the Married to Medicine cast because apparently Anila and my homegirl, Dr. Contessa, they left. Now, I'm going to see if I can find some... I'm going to see if I can find some interviews with Dr. Contessa post Married to Medicine because I love Dr. Contessa because I felt like she was standing up to Dr. Heavenly, and I love anybody that can stand up to Dr. Heavenly. So I was sad to see that Dr. Contessa was leaving. Anila, I don't necessarily know if I felt like they needed Anila, but a part of me kind of did because she was doing weird stuff like saying Toya set up a robbery and all that type of stuff, but it was dramatic. So I could see why she was there. So, but I'm really sad about Dr. Contessa. I'm sad about Dr. Contessa, right? I wish she would have stayed. But anyway, they are adding Shadra, aka Phaedra. Let me tell y'all something. Just yesterday, I went and watched about maybe 3 seasons of Reunion. So I think it was season 9, season 10, and season 12 or something like that. Or but no. It was season 8, season 9, season 10 because 2 of the seasons reunions I watched had Phaedra. Listen, Auntie Phae Phae is hands down, baby. Auntie Phae Phae is hands down. Auntie Phae Phae got a way with words that will shred a hoe. So I'm letting y'all know, Married to Medicine, this cast is about to be turned up because Auntie Phae Phae ain't for play. That mouth can go. And I hope that she whips out that mouth one heavenly because what I love about Auntie Phae Phae is, no, we don't got to get physical. I know how to get you going with the words. I know how to use my words, which, in my opinion, I'm also a connoisseur of using my words. So I like when I engage with women that, yes, I don't got to be fighting and stabbing and kicking and punching and stomping. I have restraint and control, and self-control, but I can definitely let you know how I feel and shred you with my words. And in all fairness, you got to be prepared with what come behind your words. Somebody might shout you. So you must be prepared for that as well. But what I love about Married to Medicine is they're not that type of show. They can get down. And a lot of them folded because they couldn't bumble with Heavenly. So I feel like having my girl Phae Phae there, I'm hopeful and prayerful that she's going to be getting folks together. I hope she ain't changed from the old Phae Phae because Phaedra is shady and she can bring it. So I'm excited about Phaedra being on this. So y'all tune in for Married to Medicine new season. They didn't say when it was coming on yet, though, right? Also, there's a new episode of Brat Loves Judy. I love Brat and 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 Judy. They are such a sweet couple. Like as far as like the lesbians go, I enjoy seeing them blossom and grow until like they're married now, they're having a baby. I love Brat and Judy. Well, on this episode that I was watching, this first episode, I think Brat and Judy comes on every Thursday on BTV. So you guys tune in because I have some feedback about Brat and Judy because I love them, right? But I think that it really got rough on this episode because Judy has older children, and I think because Judy's children are grown, when Brat and Judy got together, they kind of lived like in their own world because it wasn't no children around. Because why would it be? Your kids is grown, they off living their life. So now me and you as a couple. But when Brat and Judy got married, the reality set in that Judy is a mom of three children, but they're adults. And some have to come stay with them. And also it forces Judy and Brat to understand and recognize how different their parenting styles is. And I have this conversation a lot with my boyfriend because he has a son already and I don't have any children. But I know for a fact that, our future is a lot that we're going to be married and have children together because that's just by God's design. They know that's my pookie. But the reality of that is we have to be realistic about the conversations we have regarding that future. He may view marriage different than I view marriage. He may view parenting different than I view parenting. So you have to have these conversations to know, like, oh, where's your head at? And even just recently, I seen a trait in my Pookie's parenting that I want to have a conversation about, and we have been for the last couple of days because that I think that works with with. It's just that it's not the way I parent. It's not the way I parent, and I'm not at all saying I want everything to go my way, but I want us to kind of make sure we're in alignment with the same things. And not only that, but I was raised with a united front. Even if my dad didn't agree with my mom or my mom didn't agree with my dad, we didn't know because they showed up as a united front. They showed up as a united front, and that's how I want to show up in my household for my children. But I want to make sure that before we show up that way, that we are on the same page about some things. So sometimes that requires some hard conversations about why you're doing the things that you're doing and what is the benefit to what you're doing. And what I saw with Brat and Judy was, Brat was really, really taken aback at how, one of Judy's children, I don't know about the rest, but how, he didn't have a sense of responsibility when it comes to cleanliness. And I think that not I think it showed on the show, it presented an issue for the Brat because she felt like you're a young person. You should have some concept of what keeping your space neat and tidy looks like. But if you were raised with somebody else always keeping it neat and tidy for you, you may not know what that looks, feels, what that's even like. And for the Brat, her whole thing was like, I understand that that's how the first set of your children were raised. But I want to be able to make sure that we're on the same page with how we want this child to be raised because now I'm involved in it, and that's not the way I want to raise my kids. I don't want my kids to think that every time they make a mess, a maid is coming to clean it up. And I really, really understood the Brat in that regard, right? But then the other part of me understood Judy because another thing was, if you are signing on, right, to signing on to a relationship with a person. If that person comes into the relationship with a child, you're signing on to co-parent in a certain regard, right? So do I mean that because I'm dating my Pookie and he has a son that I become his son's mother? No, his son has his own mom, right? But it does mean that to some degree, I hold some parental responsibility for this young person because I'm with his dad. And I told you guys this in another live that I did, where I shared how, the old single, no kids, no man me can have our friends pull up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, banging on my window, bitch, I gotta pee. And they come in here and take off their thong, take a shower, walk around butt naked. Those are my homegirls. That's cool. But me as a step parent and in a relationship, I can't have women coming in here and getting butt naked and showing their thong to my 15-year-old stepson. What type of example am I setting for him? So these are things that I had to consider when I went into this relationship. And I think with the brat, because y'all was so busy in lovers lane and those children roaming around because they were grown, you kind of forgot about the fact that you do have to still co-parent with me with my children. I'm not saying you're my kid's mother because you're not. You're my spouse, but you're also another parental figure in my children's life. And I want you to step up and be that. You know? So like I tell my boyfriend all the time, I don't call my stepson and give him any rules or regulations. But if I run into him in the street, he doing something he ain't got no motherfucking business doing, you best to believe him. I'm gonna be like, excuse me, what's going on here? I'm gonna have something to say because I am the other parental figure in my stepson's life. I'm with his dad. You know, so I think that that was the disparity between Judy and the brat. You know, they both had points that made valid sense. But I think they needed to try to come to a middle ground because this is what we're together. We're married and we're expecting a baby. These are some hard conversations that we need to have. So I'm excited for the Brat and Judy new season. Like I said, I love them. What I couldn't get with is seeing Lisa Ray. Cocktails with the Queen's Lisa Ray. I love Players Club Lisa Ray. I love Friends with Vivica Lisa Ray. I love Lisa Ray, the Brat sister. I cannot stand her. I cannot stand her. I cannot stand her. I feel like she treats the Brat so terrible. And in turn, she wants to treat Judy that way. And Judy is like, no, 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 bitch. Don't bring it here. My bag too big for you to be talking loud in my face. But another part of that is too is that Judy also what I do love about Judy is too is that not only am I not allowing you to play in my face, bitch, because you will not, but she also take offense when Lisa plays in the Brat face. Now, granted, you do gotta buy your business, Judy, because they sisters. But I can see why Judy would get offended because Lisa Ray is nasty as a sister. She is nasty. Come on. Come on. I am a sister to three women. You gotta treat your siblings, but that is you have to treat your siblings. Lisa, I don't again. I don't mind seeing Lisa on Cocktails with Queens. I don't mind seeing her on these little corny shows and movies she playing. I don't mind seeing her as Vivica Friend. But whenever she's in the capacity of the Brat sister, I do not want to see Lisa Ray. She's nasty, and I do not like it. I do not like it. Every time you have to show up for the Brat, you are disgusting. And your mannerisms, your facial expressions, the things you say, you're nasty. You're nasty. And it's not a good look for Lisa. So Lisa, it might behoove you to bow out this season gracefully. Also, Lisa, you kind of giving me you Asian like a white woman. Like I don't like. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to see Lisa Ray as the Brat sister. So Brad and Judy leave her off the show and edit that out. Okay, thanks. Bye. Um. Last but not least, because this live is getting lengthy, we're getting up to an hour and a half, and I just have one more thing that I want to talk to you guys about that I'm very confused about. And again, I could be confused because it is not my area of expertise. I'm not that, so I can't say, right? So I was looking at all of the lovely, lovely, beautiful things. I mean, beautiful outfits and matching outfits and all that for prom season. I'm like, oh my God, this is so lovely. This is, excuse me, so beautiful. Y'all, we sending kids off in Bentleys and Hummers and $3,000 dresses and makeup, hair, nails, feet, red bottoms off to prom that are not graduating from high school. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. I I would never have been allowed to ask my mother for anything regarding the prom if it wasn't a guaranteed fact that I was graduating from high school. And I'm not talking about if your man is a senior and you're a junior, he take you to prom. No, y'all know what I mean. I'm talking about I'm supposed to be graduating, but I'm not for whatever reason. But I feel like I should be rewarded for prom. I know you fucking lying. I know you lying. You should be rewarded. You should be rewarded with a swift kick up your ass because how fucking dare you think that I'm going to gift you something when you didn't meet the standard? The answer is no. No. Hell no. But again, I'm going to say it, and it's a stray that's going to strike a lot of people. If the world knows that my kid is of a certain age and should be graduating around this time, I don't want to let Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and the option to go viral down. So I'm going to put out thousands of dollars for my kid to go viral, to go to the prom and outdo everybody else, even though the goal of going to school, prom, and everything else is to receive a diploma, even though they're not receiving their diploma. Again, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. The level of violence that would have proceeded my mom that would have proceeded the situation after I asked my mom for the thousands of dollars for a dress, shoes, a Bentley, a Hummer, whatever I want to go to prom in. Khadijah, what you did? My mother would have looked at me and said, "Explain to me at what point you completed the task to be gifted a grandiose prom. What the was the task, Khadijah? To go to school and get my diploma. Khadijah, are you getting the diploma? No. So what the fuck you coming here and asking me about prom for? Are you dumb? Lord, but some parents nowadays, they don't want to let Instagram, TikTok, they don't let y'all down. So because of that, I am investing thousands of dollars into a prom for a freaking kid that's not even graduating. I know you are lying because the way, because my daughter name is going to be Callie and she's going to be a girl when I have her in 2027. So anybody that speaks against that can be struck down from the gates of hell because that's not the truth and anything outside of I'm saying. Anything you say opposite of that will get you struck down. But in any event, when I have Callie McBally, because me and her dad is manifesting her. She's not coming until 2027, but we manifesting her now. But in any event, on top of the manifestation, if this girl feels the comfort, because see, that's another thing too about these young people. They ain't scared. I would have been scared. I would have been calling my brother like, you say it first, and then I'm gonna act like I'm picking. Like it's no fear. They're coming indicative of the fact that this is what you should do. I know you motherfucking lying. What would I? Are you dumb? But maybe you are. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not judging. I'm not a parent. But if you are sacrificing the goal of getting a diploma to go viral, what can I do? What can I say? It's your kid. your situation. So that was my last bit of I just wanted to know, like, I've heard and seen folks who have sent their young people off to prom, you know, and from what I'm hearing, or they're preparing for prom, and from what I'm hearing, they're not even graduating. So who knows? Maybe that's happening somewhere else where that's not. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that if there is a goal at hand and the agreement was to reach the goal and you don't reach it but you still get rewarded, then why would I? What's the incentive for me to reach the goal if I'm going to be rewarded whether I reach it or not? But I'm not allowed to talk about this. I'm not a parent. This is one other thing I want to say about some things that I've seen that who knows? As a parent, if your young person is phenomenal in every regard of their life, right? So like everybody they meet says they're a beautiful person. Where they work, everybody loves them. In school, they get the best grades, they have the best attendance, they're loved, they're graduating with honors, they're yada yada yada, right? I noticed that the parents will come to the forefront and the parents will say, all of this is happening as a large contribution to what I've done in this situation to make this of my kid, right? So I've had sleepless nights, I've worked this many jobs, I've done, they basically give you their contribution to what made their kid great. And we as the spectators are on the side like, yes, girl, perfect mother. Yes, dad, you did your thing, Papa Bear. It's lit. Best parents in the world, yada, 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 which we all believe to be true. So my other question is when your kids putting up and not doing what they're supposed to do and running amok and losing themselves on a daily basis, are you still the same person we consult with about them? Or is it only when the awards and accolades are given should we acknowledge your contribution? I don't know. It's just conversations that, again, I think we need to have because I think all of us, including self, is responsible. I'm not a mom, but I am an aunt. And I can tell you where I contributed to some things that went left. I have to own it and take responsibility. I can't only be the loving, gracious aunt when it's graduation and I got to show up and take pictures when he have on his cap and gown because I don't want to let the gram down. I don't want to let TikTok miss. I don't want to miss a moment on TikTok to go viral. What about all the groundwork you need to do as an auntie or a mom or dad? That doesn't matter as long as you could keep up with it. You know what? Again, we hitting on an hour and a half. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love going live. I love letting y'all know what's going on with me. I know y'all always curse me out saying, DJ, it always takes you some time. But when I come back, I always have good content. Like I told you guys the last time, I've tuned into one of my new favorite YouTubers in the world right now. His name is Andrew Gabor. I'm going to tag him on the description at the bottom so y'all can check out his page. He's so funny and entertaining. And he also gives me a different insight on things, right? So that's what made me want to go live today, just listening to some of his old videos. But I am still here. I am still doing what I do. This Saturday, I will celebrate 75 days as a pescatarian, only eating fish, no chicken, no turkey, no beef, never no pork. Name's Khadijah. So I feel so good about myself. Tomorrow is May 1st. Game on. Let's hit the ground running. We got to do. Okay. So you guys like the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video with everybody else. Let them know I'm going live. I'm talking my talk. I'm doing what I do. If they couldn't tune in, they could catch this live, at a later date and give me their feedback. I'm always willing to listen. I love you guys. I don't know when I'll be back on social media. When I'll be back to social media. Like I said, I'm on TikTok. I don't post much, but I definitely am watching. I'm not on anything else. I'm not watching or posting on anything else. My 100 days of healing will be over May 31st. I have blood work to give June 1st, and I have a procedure to have in July. So it's up. It's up, it's up, it's up, it's up, it's up. And I'm excited about being up, and I'm excited about you tuning in. So you guys like the video. Give me your feedback. Give me your feedback on some of the stuff that I said here because I think it might be valuable. And if you feel like it's some bullshit, say that. Like, Khadija, girl, please. Okay, correct me. You know, I ain't above reproach. You know, so check me if I need to be checked. You guys are my people. I'm hitting on an hour and a half. I hope it wasn't too long for you guys. Make sure as soon as you like, make sure you comment, you share, and you subscribe. I love you guys. Tonight was beautiful and expect to see me more and keep my mom in prayer. Thank you.